That's why people love us, because we're so unprofessional.
Ross can't be bothered to write scripts. Everyone thinks Ab's the fashion guru in this relationship. I was so far ahead of the game. Now it's Hollywood are doing it now.
How dare you? No, they're in. The teachers are in.
Training day, my ass.
I said you'd like it, and then she pushed me, and I said, because you don't have to be very good.
Our community is growing, but it needs to continue to grow, like a fetus in the womb.
We still need more subscriptions, so please subscribe to our channel.
Hit that subscribe button now. Hello and welcome to the Therapy Couch with me, Abbey Clancy.
And me, Peter Crouch.
How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you feeling?
I'm good. You know, thank God half term is over. 3.5 weeks for Easter.
But madness. I don't know who invented that. Like,
no.
You know, we all
Teachers.
celebrate the life of Jesus and, you know, the rebirth. And we love eggs. You can't do them for 3.5 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you do for that long?
Crawling the walls by the end of it, were you?
Crawling the walls.
I think the kids were like, oh, it's boring now.
Yeah.
Kids just need a little bit of structure.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a bit too long. The final insult was the Monday. It's like, you know, you've done your 3 weeks and then let's have a Monday off. Teacher training day.
I thought it was bank holiday, that's why they were off.
You can't. It's not bank holiday. No, it's just a teacher.
Every day's a bank holiday for me.
Living the dream, aren't you?
Living the dream.
It's like that Monday's like, if there's any teachers listening, you know, just what do you actually do on that day? I reckon they all just go for a pint and go,
Yeah.
No, they're in. The teachers are in.
Training day, my ass.
Training.
Do you know what? I have got a huge respect for teachers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm a mum of 4 and I can't get them to do one thing I say. So how the teachers manage, you know, kids are impeccably behaved in school.
Are they?
Well, mine are.
That's what they tell you when they come early.
No, that's what I get on the school report.
But the thing is, like,
I'm like, you're not talking about the same child here.
I did a football camp over these holidays, like football escapes, right? And the kids definitely, like, my kids don't listen to me like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm someone else. You know, I'm going, go there, do this, and they're just like doing it. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, because you're Peter Crouch and they love football, that's why.
Yeah, but I'm Peter Crouch at home as well.
It's so funny because, you know...
Hey, don't listen to me one bit.
You know, I've got this issue with Pete not playing football with our boys.
Yeah.
And,
You
know...
mentioned it once or twice.
Is classic line, they've got to want to do it.
that voice?
The way she does my voice is so derogatory.
It's just...
That's
That's how you talk.
like that. Do not... So it's not that bad.
So we've got a guy coming to help the kids.
Okay.
You know, and they actually think he's like a famous footballer, and like Peter Crouch hasn't got a clue, but Joe is a legend.
Yeah.
They absolutely love Joe.
He's great as well, you know, and it's good because I want to get them enjoying it, you know. I just want them to just enjoy football and have a ball with them, and because it's just, I think it's a good life skill, even if you don't have to be footballers, but
I've got no ball skills. I wish my parents would have given me some when I was a child. You know, I was kind of kept away from all sports as a female.
I suppose, you know, it's changed now, though, isn't it? You know, our little girl does it as well.
Our daughters are both super sporty. Well, one more so than the other. Liv wants to be a lioness, doesn't she?
She works really hard.
She's really good.
She's desperate to.
But
to
you
do
really
it.
offended me yesterday. Pete took the kids to play pickleball.
Pickleball.
Pickleball, it was.
Pickleball.
Really
And
enjoyable, actually.
Yeah.
he said, oh, you'd like it. Be good for you. As if to say it's like a shit version
Like nice
of tennis.
and easy. Like nice and easy. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's basically bat and ball.
I said you'd like it, and then she pushed me, and I said, because you don't have to be very good. You can be crap and enjoy it. Is that not a fair assessment? You're going to give me that look
It's
like,
just
how
not-
dare you?
it's just
Are you
not
gonna
very
say, no,
nice.
I'm really good at racket sports.
You know, I big you up constantly even when you're
You've
shit
got
at things.
so many qualities, so many. I don't think ball sports is one of your fortes. I think, you know, catch, throwing, you know, hitting balls. In general, I just don't think you're very good at it.
I hit your balls. If
I think you'd be all right at that.
you keep insulting me. No, but it's so important. I don't know. What I was
Obviously,
talking
we've talked about this on the podcast before, but when the ball comes in, obviously, I told her to square, sort of if her shoulders are facing this way, obviously, then you can hit the ball back. But if you're square on with your shoulders, as the ball bounces, obviously, it's physics. You're going to hit it out of the court.
Correct.
That makes sense.
If your shoulders are pointing, you hit the ball. You're hitting it over the net. But you stand square on. So when it comes to you, go straight out the court.
Well, at least I'm getting ball contact.
Yeah. She does get ball contact. But it's just a bit frustrating to play when someone hits it, not just in the net or
but
out.
I've never been
And you've got to go out the court and run and retrieve your ball.
And she just stands there and it's like expect someone else to get it.
Go on, dickheads. Go and get that ball, will you?
Go and get the ball, dickhead.
You always do get it for me,
I
then.
do get it. Yeah. Running around like a complete knob. She's just hitting it and going, God, look gorgeous today, don't I?
The thing is, it's really frustrating not being good at something.
Yeah.
That's why, God, I want my kids to do things and they don't do anything.
They do. What are you talking about? They got to do. Like they're saying, we're doing the football now. You like this? Like we take them swimming. I was at golf with two of the kids yesterday. Took them on the range. They were great.
Are they developing a taste for it?
Yeah, like the little Jack's only 4, and he's just hitting ball after ball after ball, and he just loves it. And I'm like, right, Jack, we're going now. He goes, no, Dad, he's still got a whole bag. He wants to keep going.
Jack's our only child with determination. He is, even like with the Lego or a Transformer. Transformers should be banned, by the way, because they are.
Who made them so difficult now? They used to be, I remember it. Couple of moves.
4 blocks.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Rubik's Cube gone times a million now.
Rubik's Cube.
It is.
It is now. Like now, they've gone up a level now. I remember it was like 3 clicks and you were into, a Optimus Prime, for instance. You were straight into a lorry, bang into the Transformer in 3 moves.
And even Lego, like when I was a kid, Lego came in 4 primary colours and you'd have the odd little man and you didn't have to mix up the bits because every bit would fit.
Yeah.
And now it's like Meccano. It's basically Meccano / Lego. And last night, after 2 glasses of wine in the pitch black, trying to find a chain which is 3 millimeters big in a car park, in a gravelled car park, because the baby was just screaming for this little chain. We found it though, thank God.
Did find it, yeah.
But it's just so, I'm whining to Lego people now. Although it is great.
Yeah.
They're more intricate now because you're creating like
Worlds.
Millennium Falcons and all that, like Star Wars ships and stuff like that, aren't they?
And what's good about it, I suppose, you've got all different age ranges. Like, we need to get down to basics again because I think we've gone. Because you see it and you go, oh, that'd be amazing to build that. And then you get it and you go, oh, fucking hell.
8 hours later.
It's going to take a while.
But if you think about all these games that last so long, like Monopoly, for example, Lego, these are all games that have been around for decades, which you needed in those days to pass time because there was like no TV or like 4 channels, sitting around as a family in candlelight, playing Monopoly for 5 hours. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But now Jack wants this Transformer built in 0.3 seconds.
No, but I do like the fact that he likes his Lego and Transformers and things like that. Like, you think it's in the day and age of like iPads and PlayStations, and he still loves his Lego.
Yeah.
Pete's had this great idea to take the iPads off the kids. He's like, I'm done with the iPads now. They're not having iPads. So they just
Ban
take
them
our
for
phones now instead.
What did you say?
They just take our phones. So we've got no phone. The kids are still doing the exact same thing. I'm like, what a great idea by you.
Having a second-hand digital detox. It's meant to be the kids. Now it's you.
Exactly.
I've took the iPads off the kids, obviously. And then, but like, it's things like this. If we're doing the podcast now, for instance, they keep coming in. I'm just take the phone.
Yeah.
And it's just for that hour. But then you're like, you've got the excuse to like, I need it back now. So that's my thinking behind it, and it has been working. Because you do need your phone at times, and you might go out and they haven't got it then. And we have some audience wires, so if you'd like to help us with helping our listeners, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Help you.
Okay, well, the first one is, I was listening to the pod on my first run since a marathon, so I was struggling in any event, and Abbey was talking about her meal deal choice. It genuinely made me vomit. So, I believe...
Bit of context.
We picked a meal deal, but do you know your meal deal, what you'd have? Do you? So we didn't really know...
I don't
about meal
no,
deals.
I'm not a meal deal person because I like to make my own sandwich. I'd rather buy bread, bit of ham, coleslaw, make my own or whatever.
Yeah.
But
if you were desperate,
So I said prawn, mayo, water, and a caramel.
and a caramel. One of the worst ever meal
it's a
deals.
bit of a combo.
Yeah, honestly. And the thing is, like, you can tell a person, I think, by their meal deal.
What's your meal deal?
So mine would be a Coke Zero, a duck wrap.
Oh my God.
Are you impressed?
Wow.
Are you impressed?
No,
now?
I'm in M&S.
Oh, are you?
There's only one way you can get a meal deal, and that's in M&S.
Oh, Coke
And
Zero.
then, yeah, and if I was gonna get a chocolate choice, it would be a Snickers.
Well, interesting.
I think that's a good
Sid?
one.
What's yours?
Yeah, mine would be like a BLT sandwich. With
I knew it was a BLT. You can tell by looking at them. Honestly, you can tell the people by their sandwich.
a smooth. It's a BLT. It's a bit boring, isn't it? A BLT.
The bacon's not
so
like-
you got
BLT.
like a snack,
Tomato
or
in
like
the bread.
a crisps
Can't
or
do
Yeah, so I got BLT. I'd probably have a crisps.
yeah. Which flavour?
Quavers.
Easy cheese, none.
No. I was going to go cheese.
I knew you was, I
I
knew.
wasn't. I wasn't. Prawn cocktail. No, I'm joking. Salt and vinegar.
I love prawn cocktails.
Salt and vinegar.
We'd be a prawn cocktail, but I'll go with salt and vinegar and like a flapjack.
So hold on, he's gone for sandwich, crisps, and a flapjack. He's not even know, he's parched. He's parched.
Hell, a
No
flapjack?
no liquid whatsoever for lunch.
You're so hydrated though. It doesn't
Unbelievable.
matter.
Wow, I'm sweating.
Flapjack. I know,
Flapjack, outrageous. All right, but
I
listen.
do like a flapjack though.
They're
But I can't have
a bit
a.
like that, though, aren't they? You need to drink with that.
You need a drink with it.
You need
I'm
a cup.
struggling.
You need a cup of tea with a flapjack.
Yeah.
Absolutely parched, wouldn't you?
So hard.
And then straight in with a hydrating flapjack.
Oh.
All right, anyway, let's actually help people. This is Karen from Brisbane, Australia. Hi, Peter and Abbey, Christian says. I live in an apartment building and I'm involved in our building's book club. To set the scene, the other ladies in my building are quite a lot older so far. And we've done some very gentle reads like the Dictionary of Lost Words, Lessons in Chemistry. My turn to choose, and I pick a book recommended by my favourite podcasters, Loyalty by Martina Cole.
Oh God.
So we're big fans of Martina Cole on this pod. Holy dooly, I'm a few pages in and I've had to email the group to give them the coarse language and strong adult themes warning. Poor 8-year-old Mary will never be the same again. Anyway, it was a cracking read despite the dark themes, but might be a while before I get to choose again. Thanks for the laugh, Karen.
Well, Martina Cole. Are you familiar with Martina Cole? So she's like a.
I've read a Martin. My mum has.
You definitely read a Martin Nicole.
Oh, yeah, they're good, they're good.
It's like
very much Gangland London kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually forgot to buy a book in the airport when we went to Sicily. So we downloaded a Martina Cole audiobook. When we were sitting in the bar one night, this book was so gripping. And we were talking to these people and they were like, hey, they were from Sweden.
Yeah.
This group of like guys and girls and you're like, just want to come like for a drink with us? And we were like, no, we're just going to bed to listen to our Martina Cole audiobook.
No way.
And they were like, what?
They were quite like funky and hip, and they were like, she said, we're gonna go dancing. That was
gonna
our
go
word.
dancing?
We're gonna go dancing. I was thinking to myself,
Fuck you, dancing. We're going to listen to our book.
I could be anything worse. I listened to my audiobook in bed.
Do you know what? I love a good book.
Oh my God.
Wait. Audiobooks. Is that the first time you've done an audiobook?
No, I've done a few.
Like as in together. Like obviously.
Yeah.
Together, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just like put it on and just
Put it on together, yeah. But
An ear each.
we've said this on the podcast before, and
An
people
ear
think we're mad. We read books together, like on holiday.
We read the same book.
Yeah.
So
So
we
you
can
take it in
discuss.
turns. Like I'll read 2 pages, you read 2 pages.
No, we get buy
Two
two of
separate
the
books.
books.
Oh, to the same book and
Because
just read it along.
you know, when you've been
together.
together for 20 years, you need something to talk about. So
Yeah.
and we get the book. And then
You
we've
get
got
really stressed
conversation.
with me when I get books. If I get into it, that's it. I'm like 3 days
God.
and I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh,
my God.
oh. And it's like,
Do you remember
this is
that time
you
we-
really annoying me.
Do you remember that time when we shared a book and
Shared a book.
yeah. Well, no, I was reading the book.
No. What happened was I was reading it. It got really interesting and he thought, I'll have a bit of that. So then he stole my book. So we had 2 markers where we both were in the same book.
Oh,
and
that's
then you had a
controversial.
book I got really interested. So I had a bit of your book as well.
Hi, Abbey and Carly P. I was listening to your last pod about relationships within a workplace, and for most people, it doesn't work, and they shy away from it because they don't want it to be awkward at work if one party is more into it than the other. However, I just
On Grey's Anatomy, it works. They're always bunking off into the little supply room for a little bit of "How's your father?"
Yeah. However, I just wanted to write and say, I actually met the love of my life at work. Nearly 2 years on, we still work together, live together, and after a struggle with various doctor's appointments and operations due to my partner being told she has endometriosis, we are now expecting our first child together.
Oh.
We are stronger than ever, and we do everything together. Thank you for the advice you give out on the pod. It really does help. Keep up the great work that you both do, bringing smiles and uncontrollable laughter to me and every other listener. P.S. I thought the moves at the Isle of Wight were on point, and as I had a great view from the front.
Oh, amazing.
Just a lad having a good time. Jake.
Which is your priority
Exactly right,
each day.
He sounds like he's got like the island vibe.
Congratulations on the baby. That is great news. And, you know, you can work. Look, we work together.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
And look at us.
Yeah, we're great.
Not a Barney in sight, is the fate.
Once we finish this, we just go our separate ways.
That's not true.
No. Yeah, we do.
We
But,
do
you know,
what?
We do work together and
Play together?
play together, yeah. We really do. You know, we still have the odd certain thing that we do separately, but I think that's healthy. That's
Not a
healthy
lot.
as well.
It is healthy, though.
But Jake's buzzing off his missus. Loves her. And they work together.
We had I include that one because we had a lot of messages in off couples. I don't know if you remember. You were like, oh, it might not work out because of the careers and stuff like that. We had a million messages saying, I work with my partner and I absolutely love it, etc. So
Yeah.
it's a common thing.
It's a common interest. And
I think you're more likely to meet someone at work, don't you think, than
Yeah.
not? You know what I mean? Like you're in an environment, and also you can share things. It's like, what
just
about
done a
that today at
full
work?
U-turn on your last bit of...
No. I'd be like, it's one of those where if it goes wrong, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
But I said you're more likely to meet someone at work, definitely. Whether or not you stay with them is different now. Because if you do split up, it's going to be a nightmare.
If you're going out with someone at work and it's new and it'd be quite exciting, oh, I'm going to bump into him today. Like on Grey's Anatomy.
Let's be honest, right? We're in our workspace now, right? If me and you split up and then we go, we got work today though, haven't we? We come down and we do this.
God,
Well-
that really would be the therapy crouch.
Can you imagine?
If we split up, we couldn't do this podcast.
Yeah, but like, I'm just
I
saying.
would
it's
never
like,
speak to you
My
again.
weekly
people
wine.
go to work.
I fucking despise you.
Yeah. My weekly wine dropped. Why aren't you dead?
Why
Why
aren't
are
you
you still
dead?
breathing?
Sign the papers, you bitch.
Very good.
Okay, have we got any more?
We got loads more.
It'd be me asking you to sign the papers, by the way.
Here we go. Look, here we go. No name on this one, but just listen to the latest podcast. Love you guys. Really brighten up my dog walks listening to you too. Just wanted to stick up for Abbey with her pronunciation of DOOOORITOS. I am a primary school teacher, and the "or" sound is actually pronounced as in "shut the door." Hope I haven't started another domestic. So, how would you say? I would say Doritos. You say Doritos.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
right.
not right, is it? Even if it's right, it's not right.
It's not
Do you
right.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's like
It's like Monopoly.
you need to touch
Just
on
to
this.
put it into a bit of context, Ross sent me a message the other day with the word Monopoly on.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted him back saying, what's Monopoly?
What is Monopoly? It was on our therapy crouch group, wasn't it? Yeah. And I only saw it a little bit later, and I was like, you actually mentioned to me, and he said, what's it? Have you heard of Monopoly, Pete? I said, no, I don't think I have, mate. What is
Some
that?
sort of medical
And then I
condition.
saw the exchange.
I thought you were joking as well. I was like, but really, Abby, can you reply? And then she was like, I'm not joking. What the hell is Monopoly?
But once you said Monopoly, I was like, oh my God, yeah, Monopoly. It was just, read the word Monopoly when it's not on a Monopoly board and you see Monopoly. Monopoly.
Monopoly, yeah, that was it.
Monopoly.
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 I'm like, what the fuck's that? Monopoly.
Wow, that is so good.
Yeah, so
she's
I'm
saying-
big on phonics. It's my forte. What?
Doritos. I just don't.
Doritos. I say Doritos.
I think surely Doritos would be 2 O's.
Yeah.
That's a door.
No, but core. If you look at the word core, that's only 1 O.
Yeah. And it's followed by a vowel. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not an English teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just I've only ever heard people call them Doritos.
Well, I thought you were an English teacher.
Well, it used to be. Doritos.
You used to teach Spanish kids English.
Yeah, I did.
Tit. Don't ask me. I'm not an English teacher.
I'm not
You actually
anymore.
are.
You are. It actually is.
God, imagine your poor child getting taught by Ara.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust these teachers.
Doritos.
Doritos.
I love doing the phonics with the kids. So when I'm teaching them to read, I circle all the phonics out of the word,
Yeah.
and it makes it so much easier. So if you've got your phonic sound, you know, beach, so it would be b, e, ch. So you've circled the e and the ch, and then they just because of the sounds, they know how to spell it instead of going b, e, a, k, h, b, a, k, h. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you are telling Ross, who was an English teacher,
Yeah,
this.
this is all. Yeah, I know this already.
You can tell me.
Just said phonic.
I found it really enlightening.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe this as well.
Go on.
So I'm getting nowhere with the times tables.
Yeah.
So I found this times table hack, which is phenomenal for the most difficult, not the nines one, John, for the most difficult times tables for kids, in my opinion, is the 7, 8s and 9s.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8s and 9s. So what you do? Is this boring?
No, I think it's amazing because you said it's really easy, but I don't understand it.
Okay, so what
And
you
I'm
do,
43.
you get your hands like this.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
And you number your thumb 6, 7, 8.
To hold it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you want to know 6 times 8, you bunch these fingers together and you've got 4 fingers. And then you do 2 times 4 is 8. So it's 48 is the answer.
That's a bit convoluted.
No,
Just
it's
do it in
not.
the
And
rhythm.
it works on every one. Do you want me to do another one?
I don't even get the first one.
Okay, so 6 times 6.
Yeah.
Hang on. Well, how does that one work? Oh, sorry. Maybe the 6 is winning. Let's do it. It's 7, 8, and 9. Sorry.
7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9. Stay
4
tuned,
times
guys.
4.
Carol Vorderman's
What's 4
quaking in her boots.
No, it does work. Hang on.
It does work.
6. Okay, hold
I don't
this.
even know what you're doing.
Well,
So
there you go.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 times 6. The 2 fingers together are
Yeah.
a 2. 4 times 4 is 16. So that's the 1 over. So that would be 34. 6. Fucking hell. I don't know. Maybe 6s wasn't on it. 7s, 8s, and 9s anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get that. do
No,
you?
I don't get that. I think you're best just sticking to the song, aren't you? 1, 6 is 6. 2, 6 is 12. 3, 6 is 18. That one.
I know.
I think if you get how many songs do we have in our head? We know every single. How many like songs? Think about all the lyrics you know in your head. Like think literally if it's just do it through song.
What song though?
Well, like that
Yeah.
one.
1, 6
One
is 6.
times, yeah.
2, 6 is 12. 3, 6 is 18. 4, 6 is 24. That one.
I don't know. I think there's good ways to do it, but I think song
That
and
hand one,
repetition.
obviously that was a bad example, but it's so good. And the 9s, you can do 1 9 is 9, 2 9s is 18, 27.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
do it.
I with the
can do
nines,
anything with 10
it all goes
10
up
fingers.
and the other one goes down. Isn't it?
10 digits.
Fucking hell, 10 digits.
That's a bit much.
Slut.
All right, well, what are we getting into today, Bo?
So I was
This is your vibe, so I'm going to let you crack on.
no, so I was scrolling through my phone and this thing popped up and it said this is the 7 key ingredients for couples who made it. So I wanted to go through them and discuss.
So what is the definition of made it? Together for what, over 20 years or something, or still together, still happy?
It depends, because there's no point in being together and being unhappy, is there?
That's a very good point. Yeah, I don't think it should be duration of time, but maybe happiness. Yeah.
How happy they would consider
What's that
themselves
saying?
after a long time.
Yeah, I would
What's
say
that saying about that? It's quality, not quantity.
Oh, is that the one you were after?
It's quality, not quantity.
Yes, it is, babe.
So, just because you're together, you could have a 20-year unhappy marriage. I don't define that as making it, to be honest. I thought we could talk through. What are you loving it?
I was just smiling at it. Do you remember that old saying that everyone says, don't get that for murder, do you? Don't get that for murder.
How many married men have you heard say that?
How many times do you reckon that's been mentioned when you've been married over like 20 years? Yeah. Get along with that for murder.
It's that though with it, isn't it?
the eye roll.
The old ball and chain, eh?
Some people love being chained up to a ball.
I know. It's just funny the way kind of that's just evolved, that saying.
So, number 1, having boundaries with family. Couples who put their relationship first and had clear boundaries with their families. They didn't do what their families expected or wanted of them, but what made them happy. Does this ring true for us?
Yeah. Yeah. That's important, I think, isn't it? I think it's hard to transition from a family that you see. I'm talking mum, dad, siblings that you're with every day, to create your own family. And I think sometimes there can be if you're very close to your kind of that family, it's very hard to then put someone else first.
Yeah.
Rather than, because you've put your mum and dad first always. It's a hard transition for them, for the person, for everyone concerned, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can fall out over it.
Definitely. But I think, although we would pick each other first, we haven't really been put in that situation, have we, where it's me or the dog.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think it is quite like an age-old thing, isn't it? Like, even that Jennifer Lopez film Monster-in-Law and stuff like that. It's quite a thing, isn't it? Oh, the mother doesn't want to let go of her son and stuff like that. But I think it's something.
I don't want to be that mum.
Monster-in-law.
But I think I've been a great mother-in-law to have. But if I like the person.
I think you'd be amazing. Either probably the hardest or the best. Because I think if you like the relationship and you like the person, you could do everything for them. They're in.
There's nothing more tricky though than seeing someone you love like with the wrong partner.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And you kind of you have to leave them to work it out themselves. It's a hard thing. I've been through that with like friends, myself, who were like, oh God, I'm not really sure about them, and kind of.
All you can do is be there for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Everyone has to make their own decisions. So what's number 2, baby, of this list? Is there 7 of these?
The 7, yeah.
This is the key to a healthy and happy
This
long
is the
relationship.
7 key ingredients for couples who made it.
Hit me with number 2.
And this was from a couples therapist.
Oh, right. So this is...
A real therapist.
A real one.
A real one. They were friends. They were genuinely happy spending time with one another and excited to come home after a long day. Spot on. But not always.
Not always, baby. Listen, that happens.
You have your faults.
Yeah, and so do you.
Is Pete finally ready to accept that Abbey is his bestie over Glenn? Did you write that, Ross?
Yeah.
I actually think that is such a key ingredient, the friendship.
Well, I think it's probably the main thing. I mean, initially it's attraction, and then it's kind of companionship and friendship and laughter.
That's not saying roomies or like besties. That's like, there's still attraction, and you still want to you still need to want to snog them.
Yeah, you don't want it to be where we are now. You want it to still have this.
Here comes me bestie. Having a bit of banter.
She my bestie.
Yes, bruv.
Freaking hell, Pete.
Yeah.
Do you think being best friends equals being soulmates?
Yeah. I think that's a huge part of it. Yeah, I think we can't be soulmates if you don't get on, and I think being friends is the main part of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can you be soulmates if you obviously the fact that you get on with each other, you have a laugh together, you want to share whatever's good with that person, whatever's bad that's happened to you, you want to share with that person. I think that is what.
I think I'm more like that than you though. Like if something
Sharing
fun,
things.
if something good happens to me in the day, I want to text Pete straight away. Something bad happens, but you'd say to me, "Can you stop calling me, please?"
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I don't want to hear about it all day. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
think we can get together in the evening and talk about this stuff.
Yeah, but then I'll forget.
Okay.
I doubt that.
Not every. I mean, there's a lot of calls, right? And I think I was thinking this could maybe just go into one conversation in 10 minutes' time.
Babe, why don't you just put this in an email? I'll get back to you.
Email me.
I don't think I've ever emailed you.
No.
No?
I don't think you ever have.
I don't even think I know.
I think you forwarded one to me once.
I don't know your email address.
Number 3, they've been through dark times together. I think if you go through dark times together and you come out of those dark times, or you might be fighting loads. I think
I don't even think it's that. It's almost like scares, like when Sophia wasn't well, or certain traumas in your life or stressful situations.
And you need that unmovable rock
you know
next
what?
to you.
There's also going to be times where you're like, I fucking hate them. You know what I mean? Like there might be times where you really don't get on or something. If she does something or I do something, and you think, right, do you know what? I'm angry about that. But if you can work through it together, that shows that you're in it for the long haul, no?
Links back to that definition of love. What you were saying a few weeks ago. Love isn't just always being lovey-dovey with someone. It's they can make you cry. They can make them hate you. They can make you do all these other emotions. And that whole package is love. Is what you said, wasn't it?
Did I say that?
I think so.
It's profound.
Brilliant, babe.
Was I talking about that bubble museum?
The what?
Was that in the bubble museum?
Bubble museum.
That pit with the millions of balls showed the millions of emotions that a human can feel. Was that?
Potentially. I just got the headlines.
So something I've actually said stuck. Did it?
Resonated. Yeah.
Well done, babe. Not just the pretty face.
That comes, to accepting people's faults, loving them through thick and thin. But anyway, so Pete's put every day we're going to this restaurant, we're going to that restaurant, we're going here, we're going there. So he's put it in the diary, but he hasn't called them and booked it, which I just find phenomenal. And then I was in trouble, and he stormed out. So he just got a little, "Oh, grow up." Just
Honestly,
explain that. It's just so
pecking of the head,
ridiculous.
constant. I'm happy, right, to organise absolutely everything.
Yeah.
But the grief I get every single day. Oh, didn't want to do that today. Oh, we don't do that today.
is
We
utter
cancel absolutely
bullshit.
everything. Because every if she books it, it's completely right. If I book it, it's all wrong. Wrong time, don't fancy it. So I'm kind of resigning myself to the fact that actually I'm not going to book anything.
So
now.
is this well, why put them all in the diary?
They're not in the diary. Only the ones I booked are in the diary. There's a schedule that I wrote down on a piece of paper, and it looked brilliant. To be fair, I thought it was great. Didn't book any of them. That is true. I will vouch for that. I wrote them all down when we were away. But the only reason I did that is because
You've got
you
no brain.
don't ever want to do the things that I book in. So that's why, if you notice, the kids' stuff is all spot on. The tennis, the golf. Obviously
I booked
Sophia's
the tennis.
tennis was done
I booked the
already.
tennis.
No, the tennis for the babies.
You booked it yesterday, Pete.
Yeah, it's booked though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's but what if it was full?
It was not full.
That was just lucky. But I booked a month of Sophia tennis twice a day. I did
As
that.
you can see, let's not get into this because it's stirring up the issues we had yesterday
emotions.
when I actually got the grow up text. I was infuriated, I have to say. It's the way she talks to me. That does me. It was too much.
If you're going to behave like a child, you'll get spoiled.
Things like that. You know what I mean? What kind of a fucking shout is that?
That is a fucking brutal one, that, don't it?
Oh, but that it was little jabs like that, consistently, and I went, "Oh, I've had enough of this." I just went out, got on the range, and had a milkshake.
I'll
A
show
protein
you, I'm not a
shake?
kid. I'll go out and have a
show her.
milkshake.
I'll go and hit some
Tell
golf
me to grow
balls.
up. Yeah, I'll have a double chocolate.
Who gets a bloody milkshake? Who goes out and gets a milkshake? See, this is what I'm dealing with. This
Grow
kind
up, I'll fucking show you. I'll have a double chocolate milk.
I'll have a little less.
Can I have a flake in it?
So what I did, I went to the range, got a milkshake. I'll show her.
I said,
I am a man. I am a man.
I'm a
got a
fucking
pint.
absolute geezer.
I've got like a Steiner.
I was hungover. I didn't want to. I just want a milkshake. Oh, tickle me that.
Pete's bought 3 books out, which have all been number 1, and he was talking about, looking at the charts and being next to Michelle Obama and Sapiens.
Ottolenghi, yeah.
Ottolenghi.
Harari, yeah. It was surreal.
Yeah, you're often compared to Michelle Obama.
Yeah. But when I'm actually better than her because I was above her at one stage.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm probably more powerful than her, and I've probably had a bigger effect on the world. But Abbey Clancy, obviously you brought in your book today, and I'd just like to gift you Abbey Clancy.
Thank
Remember
you.
My Name.
I mean,
it's a fantastic
this is one
novel.
Of the, so did you write it with Debbie Johnson? Oh, I'm interested in this. Abbey Clancy, massive. And then it says with Debbie Johnson, and it's very small. So who did the lion's share of the work?
So the kind
Does this reflect the amount? Because you're like, that would suggest you did 90% of the work.
I know,
Debbie Johnson did 10%.
I was young and naive at the time. It was a long time ago. And it was kind of, to be fair, Debbie was great, but it was, I sat there and she went, what do you want to write about? And I was like, it's basically a fantasy life story of me. Like, I wanted to be a singer, star. I always liked the name Jack for a boy. I always thought that was a hot name. So he was a leading role. He was the main character. I think she kind of filled in the gaps. So
what gaps? Because it seems like there's a lot of gaps there. It's like you'd have to come up with like 100,000 words of gaps. Yeah, it's set in Liverpool. Someone's called Jack. There you go. Write the rest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was my first encounter with. I just thought that was kind of the norm.
First encounter with a book.
With a book, yeah.
Here we go. Prologue. Liverpool, a few years ago. Jess could feel the heat of the spotlight. The glare of the multicolored strobe flitting over her face as it crisscrossed the stage. She could feel the sweat oozing its way through her makeup, the strain on her lungs as she recovered from that last night. She was blinded by the dazzling glow, deafened by the sound of applause hammering in time to her own frenzied heart. Her legs were weak from dancing. Her throat was sore from singing. Her stomach was cramping with effort and nausea. And she felt like she might collapse any seconds. It was, quite frankly, the best moment of her entire life. That's a very good beginning.
I just say?
I have to say, right?
That is a good beginning, because now I want to read more.
As much as we're taking the mick, this was a good book. I read it.
I really want you to
I
do my
should hope so.
audiobook. I'm doing a reissue of it, and
I will.
Will you? Thanks.
I will do it in that voice.
I love that voice. Thank you so much. I'm literally having a nervous breakdown. I don't know when this is going to end, guys. So we've kind of, on this podcast, we've started our own little book club, and they keep humiliating me with a passage
well,
from
they
this.
shouldn't. But it's fun, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people have books out, don't they?
It was my idea.
Your idea?
It was my idea.
To bring a book out for the story?
The story.
The story, okay. Did you come up with the title as well?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's a good title.
Yeah,
it's good.
Fame.
Yeah, is it still available?
I think it's in some the pound shop or something.
Yes. I think even in the pound shop it'd be in the bargain bin. But there's a very nice picture of you on the back.
Thank you.
Have you ever done the Club Med type holidays with the kids?
No.
We went on one once. The kids all hated it.
I tried to run away.
One of them ran away. One of them escaped.
From my little day camp that they put me in.
Yeah, we went back to
They
collect
called
her.
me halfway down the road.
"Where's Honey?" They went, "Are you collected?" I went, "No, we didn't. We're both here." They went, "Oh, someone did."
I left it.
Don't
Oh my
fucking
God.
tell us that. And she just escaped.
Actually, I was like 4 years old. I was like,
they
I
in
don't belong
France?
here. I was
That was in
on the highway.
I think that was in Italy somewhere. And the awful thing was, though, Jane and I were on one of those weird diets, a bit like Atkins, where you don't eat, where you're not going to eat carbs. So we were on this one where it said you can eat anything you want for 1 hour, right? So you could not eat carbs all day. So the hour you meant it. But what it meant was you could eat a little bit of something that hour. We interpreted as that hour was the goal. So
Binge.
basically, we stocked up. We ate all and then we sat by the dessert table and I took almost like a whole tiramisu from this buffet. And when I went,
It started, and we just ate solid for an hour. And the weird thing was that they didn't have a big enough room for us, so we had adjoining rooms with the kids, right? And there was a balcony, and there was a gap in this barrier in the balcony that I could, at the beginning of the holiday, I could squeeze through to get the kids' room. Literally, on the last day, I squeezed through, I got stuck. I got wedged, right? I'm wearing swimming trunks, a bare belly, and I had to shout down to people. I said, can you get someone to come and help me? And they had to send a bloke to pull me out.
Oh my God.
It's got nothing to do with cooking, but I thought you'd enjoy that image.
Oh, that is. What's it like? Obviously, like you've been. How long have you been in? Like, what I don't even know what to call it. This world.
Showbiz?
I know. That's the word I didn't want to say.
It's my 95th anniversary. No, I've been doing television in front of the camera since 1987. So what's that? It's coming 87, 97.
What's you, isn't it?
That's 38. 38.
So it's coming up for 40 years.
But what's more remarkable is you've been married that whole time as well.
Well, most of that time, 35 years, I think, because we met. Yeah, we met when I was doing my first series on TV in 87. That's when I met Jane and started going out with her. And then we then got married the next summer. So we got married in August 88.
Oh.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. Like, obviously, we talk about relationships. We call this the therapy crouch. We haven't helped many people yet, but
we give conflicting advice.
But obviously, you are, I suppose, someone who can actually give advice. Like you've been there, done. You've been.
Pete, I wish I could. I cannot give anyone any advice, and you know why? Because I don't think anyone. I mean, I know there are professionals you go to. Like if someone's having marital problems, sure, go to marriage counselling. That's useful, if only because it makes you both sit and talk and be honest about it. Because one of the things I have, which I think a lot of men have, and is I don't really like talking about things that are emotional or important in that way. I'd much rather, like we were saying about being breezy, I go, yeah, all right, no, I'm fine. It's all good. And so that's useful. But I'm wary of giving advice because I don't think any two relationships are the same. They're not. And like you don't really know what other people are going through. You don't know what they want or what they need. You don't know what they're like with each other when you're not around. You know, the only thing I do know is if you want to stay together, then if both of you want to stay together, you'll stay together.
Yeah.
And if one of you doesn't, then it's not going to work. You know, and if both of you don't, obviously it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But that's kind of all I've learned, which is like we're together because even, you know, when we've had like ups and downs or whatever, we love each other and we want to stay together and we kind of need to stay together. And that's what it is.
People who do not like you two are not well.
That's another quote.
Be trusted.
I want that in inverted commas. Abbey.
Every single song is an absolute tune. Every single one.
They're not well, baby. Listen, they're tunes. Can't deny it.
An original. Fucking hell. Don't anyone slagging off you two on this podcast. Sicily.
We never went to Palermo though, did we? It's a shame.
Because we only had 4 days. 2 of them were raining. It's absolute bugger.
And we wanted to chill, really, didn't we?
Yeah.
But let's get into it, right? Let's start it, right? We were in Sicily. We obviously got very hooked on this book, and it got to the stage where we just had an earpiece in it all the time. We were taking in the surroundings.
Do you think that's bad?
No, because we wanted to chill, and that's what we were doing.
We were in the ocean, going through caves, the caves of Lover, listening to Martina Cole, one ear each.
I heard someone get murdered or something like that. Something really dark.
Yeah, back in like Soho.
It was 9 hours. We had 9 hours. Was it 9 hours total?
Yeah, it was 8.5. Yeah, just under 9 hours of the book.
And you've done it in?
We did it in.
We did it.
Wow.
3 days.
Oh God, when you look at it like that.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's not too bad. A couple of hours a day.
That wasn't too bad. And listen, there was one part we went out for dinner, it was a Saturday night, and we were walking back to the hotel. We'd had a few drinks. Went past what looked like a club.
Yeah.
And there's a club there. Go in there. That looks fun.
No, I said that.
Or we could go back to the room.
It's chapter 19. So I can tell it's going to be a good one.
And we went back and did chapter 19.
But we didn't want to go home feeling hungover. We wanted to come back feeling rested.
Refreshed.
We did drink too much.
Can I just ask, so when you're listening to the audiobook together, are you just like lying in bed, like just staring at the wall, like in silence? Like, are you doing something else or what?
No, we're just lying there.
You're just lying there like that?
There was 2 options. There was kind of drinking wine on the balcony.
Yeah.
No, we didn't do that. We didn't listen to the book then.
Did we not?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm certain.
Okay, we didn't.
After we'd finished drinking on the balcony,
We went.
we put it in.
Yeah. We put it in.
And then we listen to the book.
Yeah,
No, it's like when we were sunbathing.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fair enough.
yeah,
we're
it's just
lying on the
sunbathing.
sunbed.
I'm just imagining you rushing home and just sitting in bed, eyes forward, silence.
No, we were lying by the pool.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was great view, like really tranquil.
We were loving Baileys on holiday.
Yeah, we had a couple of Baileys on ice. Weren't large enough though, were they? We had to keep telling them that you got to fill that up.
Yeah. I just I absolutely find it remarkable when someone brings you a single Baileys.
I know.
It's like one sip.
Just like literally.
Just swimming in ice
Yeah,
to
but
make
it's
it look
like,
a little bit deeper.
You can't even drink it with the ice. There's nothing in the cup.
the ice hits your
It's
nose.
like what you give the waiter to say you're finished. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We sound like alcoholics, but we're
No,
not.
but you know, you do need it. And there was the odd time where we had a kind of drink on the balcony, but that was as far as our drinking went. And I remember, like, obviously ringing a room service, like, to get perhaps another bottle of wine. And whenever you answer the room service, you have to say their dialect. You repeat their dialect back to them.
No, you do.
I do it everywhere I go. So he would say to me, Buonasera. And I say, Buonasera. Can I get some of that Pinot Noir? I go, Buonasera, Pinot Noir, please, geezer.
We weren't drinking Pinot Noir. We were drinking a local
Why do that?
wine.
Though? Why'd you do that? Like, you used to do it. You just don't answer the phone anymore.
I hate answering the phone
Oh,
because
not
I
they?
know it's just going to give me a headache, like a problem that needs a lot of explanation to be solved.
You don't want to say Buonasera.
Buonasera. No, I do say that.
Yeah, I know.
What about the staff just coming into our room? What about the cleaners and that just coming into our room like every 2 seconds?
You never seen a room so that wanted
Ross,
to be clean
it was
so much.
ridiculous. Like we had a night in. They were ringing the bell every 2 minutes. Everything okay? We were like, we're fucking lying here in silence listening to Martina Cole. Yeah, it's fine. They kept coming in. I was like, do they
You know
think
what they thought was going on in there?
they kept coming in and then the phone would ring. Hi, just checking everything okay in the room.
They're probably saying
like-
that, well, they're in there, but there's no noise at all coming from there. We haven't heard them speak for 3 hours.
Yeah.
we're fully invested in this book. Probably. They probably thought we were insane.
It was remarkable to see the volcano.
Oh,
Etna.
yeah. What is it?
It's Etna.
Etna, Mount Etna,
Yeah.
just bubbling.
Well, they're going away. Active.
Smoke coming out
Yeah, it's
all day.
It's active.
Active volcano, yeah. Amazing.
You made me doubt myself then.
I wouldn't have a clue. I've never been.
Yeah, yeah.
But you don't know about volcanoes.
Funnily enough, no, it's not my area of expertise. Volcanoes.
We know all about them now, don't we?
Oh, we certainly do. Yeah, yeah. I found it fascinating just to be able to sit there on a sun lounger looking at a volcano, which was smoke comes out of it. Phenomenal. Absolutely. A wonder of the world, I think, that we were kind of it was just there all day. Like, it didn't move. you know, for us to look at it all day, it was like you've got that view of the sea and then that. It was just...
The view from our hotel was just
Fantastic.
magnificent.
Yeah.
Like everywhere you looked. I think that there's got to be something good for the soul to look at beautiful things.
Oh, 100%.
Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
It must do something to your insides.
That's why I'm so happy to look at you every day.
Shut up.
What?
Do my
You are
head
a
in
thing
that.
of beauty.
I'm not.
You are.
Piss off.
Exactly what you are.
Um,
The lady on reception as well, she was from like Hawaii. And
she's from Guam.
yeah, she's from Guam, but she feels that Hawaiian energy, doesn't she?
Why are you saying that?
Because she said it to me. She said to me, "Oh, you like from the islands?" I said, "No, I'm not." No, and she said, "You just got that."
You got that energy?
Hawaiian energy?
Shut up.
I've said,
like, what?
"I'll knock the fucking energy out of her."
No, I didn't say that. I was like, what's she talking about?
I didn't say that. You said, "I'll knock the energy out of her." She carries on.
I did not.
She said, "I had
I
good."
said, crack
She said,
on.
"I was smiling." She said, "You were smiling." I said, "Yeah." I said, "She said, you've got like island energy."
Hawaiian Pete.
From Macclesfield.
What? Listen, I can't. She said it, not me. She
I
can
was like,
feel it. These people, these spiritual people, they can feel it. You can feel the energy. And she felt it. What?
You have not got Hawaiian Island energy at all.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, I didn't
You
even know what that
absolutely
was
haven't.
until she told me. She's
Did
from
you not
there.
just say, like, you're in the welcome area? Of course I'm going to smile when I walk through the door and see you.
Listen, she didn't say it
You
to
know,
you,
that's
did
the
she?
only reason.
She didn't say it to you. She said it to me. She pinpointed me. Lots of people come through the door. She said, "You've got that Hawaiian energy.
You're a sucker.
It's magnetising."
She didn't say that at all.
I made that bit up.
She was actually really nice, but I did think, oh, shut up. And she said it, Hawaiian energy.
We've got the Agony abs here. They write in and we, usually just slaughter them.
Fuck her off.
They write in and we try and help. Hello, Abbey Peter. Absolutely love listening to the podcast each week while I'm cooking. Tough one for you here. Our 3-year-old son often comes home upset from nursery saying that one of the other little boys has been pushing him. While I've been telling him to say, stop that, I don't like it, and walk away, my husband is encouraging him to push back. Our little boy came home from nursery yesterday, was so proud of himself, telling us that he'd pushed him back this time. While he got congratulations from his father, I was upset. I understand that my husband doesn't want him to get picked on, but I can't help thinking teaching him to use words and be firm without being physical will set him up better for later on in life. I now just keep picturing him getting into fights and being pulled into the headmaster's office when he's older. Thoughts, please. Well, you got 3 boys, right?
Yeah.
You are well capable of answering this.
Yeah.
You go first.
I'm terrible. I tell mine to
fight
kick
fire
their
with
head in.
fire.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah. I wouldn't say straight off the bat, to say, look, it might be a one-off, but if it continues, then
Yeah.
go big.
Within your rights to have a go back.
Yeah.
And obviously not advocating violence, but
No.
if he's pushing you around, you're allowed to push him back.
I think you need to set the tone to say straight on, I'm not to be messed with. Because if you keep pushing someone and they're taking it, like, I think you should tell them to be strong and fight and stick up for themselves.
Well, in this situation, having had 3 boys and more than likely had this happen a number of times, the other child will not stop until he is pushed back.
Yeah.
So although this little boy isn't instigating it, which is more of a worry than pushing back, I'd say push him back. Tell him no and push him back.
No, I
And he won't do it
I
again.
reckon there was a time when you said to our boys, no, don't do that. Maybe just go,
Tell the
stop,
teacher.
don't do it. And I reckon they've just gone,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
And you go, all right, and
Don't do
just
that.
whack them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a
you
tough
don't
one.
want your boy to be, but you also don't want to get him pushed around.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. And I'm thinking it would, and they would continue to get pushed around. That situation would not stop until he pushed him back.
No. The other way, you also, she's worried about if he hits back, he'll continue to live like that throughout life. I don't think he will. But the other one where it's like, I'm going to go and tell the teacher, then you do create a bit of a snitch for life. You know, like we've got friends and they, Liberty just said this, Thingy just done that. Johnny's just pushed Jack because they're so used to going and telling the teacher, which I think's worse.
Well, you don't like that. I've heard you say, none of that. No. No, go away. Like, because it is telltale. Yeah, don't
I
tell
do think it's a case of sort it out yourself. When our kids come and say, other kids done this, we say, well, go and sort it out yourself. Just say to them, don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't think coming to us is not going to help,
Yeah.
I think they do need to be independent and sort these problems out for themselves without, going overboard.
We had a situation not long ago, and I said to Sid, the boys are really physical, 2 of them, the closest 2 in age, and he was like, yeah, that's just normal. I was like, are you sure?
Chris is an only child.
I'm an only child.
brother
He's
or
like,
sisters.
yeah.
So when she sees the boys fighting, she's like, fucking hell, is this normal? In a normal house? Because I had a brother and sister as well.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, it's fine. So I was out, and I come home, and the house is dead quiet. I was thinking, something's gone on here. So I go into the living room, and he's viewing. I'm like, what's going on? He went, them 2 up there. I went, what? He went, I could hear all this banging and bashing around. He said, so I've gone up there, really quiet. They've got pads on, boxing gloves on. They're having a full bout with each other. And coming in, bashing the shit out of each other. Oh my God. So I said to Sid, what did you do? He was like, well, took their phones off, told them to go to their rooms. They come down, they were sweating. They had like red marks all over themselves. And I said, well, I had been telling you this is happening on a regular basis. And he's like, they're fine. They'll sort themselves out. He said, but I had enough of it. That was it.
Do yours go to the room when you tell them to?
For about 5 minutes, and then
then they come down when they're
out.
hungry.
Yeah, when they don't stop eating. So,
But they just beat each other up, and then that was it.
Yeah.
They didn't sort of go, he done this, he done that, which is what they're quite good at.
So when I got home, I said, "What happened?" He said, Lenny started it, who is the youngest boy. He said, bowled into my room like a meme, flung the door open, went, "Want to fight?" So the other one goes, "Yeah, right."
Yeah, all right.
As they're fighting, he goes, "But not too hard." He's like, "Yeah, all right." And that was it. The rest
I
is
can
easy.
see it.
Do you know what's so
I
funny?
can imagine that completely.
Fling.
What's so funny about that is imagine him sitting there, right, just bored, going, right, I'm going to ask him for a fight.
That is exactly it.
It happens.
That
so-
is our house.
But now we catch it on the Ring doorbell because two of them get the bus home together, and it's like like one disappears into a bush and comes back. The other one's like up by the throat by the Ring doorbell, going, "See what he's doing to me? See what he's doing to me?" Like so it's all evidence now. It's like, what the heck is going on?
We haven't had that really because of our eldest, the two girls. The boys do fight.
They've started doing it
we
now.
just see Johnny's tongue comes out. He goes, and then you know it's coming. So if we spot the tongue, we have to just grab him because we know Jack's getting
I
it.
say to him, like, even now, like, 'cause with the football, like, he's very, very nice and stuff, Johnny.
I'm very gentle.
And I just say to him, mate, get the tongue out.
Yeah.
Get the tongue out. You know, because
Let
when
him
his
see the
tongue's out,
tongue.
he's aggressive.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. Oh, get the tongue out.
Yeah, he's like a little flower in school, but with his brother, like.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it, siblings?
Yeah.
All good fun. All right, well, listen, it's a tough one to navigate that, but, be sensible, but we're just saying just a little pushback.
Nip it in the bud as long as you can.
Yes,
I'd
good
say
one.
so.
Agreed.
Okay. Hey, guys, I'm planning a big girls' trip for the summer and some of my nearest and dearest. However, the guest list has since started to escalate, and I now feeling pressure to invite people that I barely know, or in worst cases can't stand. This was meant to originally be a fairly big group of us, 10 to 12. Then after a few girls insisted we bring boyfriends, the singlesons of the groups have also started chirping up and inviting their dickhead mates, a lot of whom I have done my absolute best to avoid since my early 20s. I know it was meant to be a group trip, but as I've done most of the legwork, researching places to go, looking for the best deals, coordinating diaries, etc., I feel like I should get more of a say in who can and can't come. Am I wrong here? I hate the thought that I have to plan and save up for nearly a year for a trip with my besties, only for now to be walked down into a glorified couples holiday with a sprinkling of dickheads in for good measure. I'm really not a confrontational person normally, so any passive-aggressive ways I can go about making my opinions heard.
Oh,
would
if
be
you want
greatly-
passive-aggressive, I can do that.
Yeah. Well,
I can give you that.
Yeah.
No, I think you can't have a girls' trip and invite husbands. It completely changes the dynamic.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't invite wives to a golf trip.
No, absolutely not.
I know.
It doesn't make any sense. It's a girls' trip or it's a couples trip. And it started as a girls' trip, now it's turned into a couples trip.
Because even if you're like around the villa or wherever you are, you'll end up, staying in bed that little bit longer with your husband, or he wants to go for a walk the next day, and you kind of segregate yourself from the group. It just needs to be girls only. I think she just needs to put an email out.
An email.
Or a text.
Group chat.
Group chat, and just say, this is a girls' trip, so I'm putting my foot down. There'll be no boyfriends and no added on friends.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that as well. And but I understand, because when you started inviting boyfriends, then the single girls that are on the girls' trip are like, well, we're going to be left on our own. So then they start inviting their single mates that want to do other stuff. So it's basically two separate trips now. It's a couples one and a singles one, all on one trip. So the single girls you won't see, and the dickheads that come along, well, they'll take them away, won't they? So it's a trip that seems to have gone wrong. And I think it's your time. I won't say your name because I think you probably should have anoned it.
No, she should just say, this has just all got out of hand. This is not what we signed up for. It's a girls' trip, which means girls only.
You could also say we don't want any of the people who are single in the group feeling uncomfortable that they haven't got anyone to go with and they don't want to be left like a gooseberry, so we're banning boyfriends and girlfriends or whatever.
Yeah. And I think the boys, will understand that.
To be made up.
I think the boys will be absolutely...
Oh, you're joking, babe. I was really looking forward to that with you.
And bizarrely, the boys will be absolutely buzzing over that.
Don't worry on that front. Okay.
Be straight.
Yeah. Hey, good. That's great advice in general, really.
Do you know what? Sometimes you build these things up in your head and go, you're so worried to say it. And then you say it and it's not even a thing and you feel like you've had a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. I tell you to that all the time, don't I? And you're like, oh my God.
I build things up in my head sometimes and I'm like, I need to tell them this, I need to tell them this. Oh God, how am I going to approach it? And you play out all different scenarios in your head. Then when you actually do it, it's over and then it's like such a weight off your mind.
Torture for no reason.
Yeah, so silly, isn't it? Hey guys, after listening to your recent podcast where you very rightly discussed how boring people don't half get around, I felt compelled to write in for some advice on a recent predicament I have found myself in. Me and my hubby recently moved into what will hopefully be our forever home, which, considering we also have a baby on the way, was more stress-free than I was anticipating. As we now live in a quaint little cul-de-sac with lots of young families around, I thought only right to do the neighbourly thing, go out on an absolute charm offensive and make some new friends for me and my family. This was mistake number one. I have been welcomed with open arms into possibly the most boring group of people you will ever come across.
Do you know what? It's important,
and I
neighbour.
can't see a way out.
She hasn't got one.
Pop culture and celebrity gossip, potentially my two favourite talking points, are completely off limits with this lot, who instead prefer to talk about current affairs and their favourite world leaders. The only current affairs...
Quite like that.
The only current affairs I'm interested in is typically involve Katie Price and her latest fella. The other day, one of them asked me if I fancied a bit of backgammon after dinner, and my response was, only if it comes with the double egg and chips. Barely got the recognition I know it deserved. Normally in these scenarios, I just get pissed in the corner, make my own fun. But that is incredibly difficult to do when you're 5 months gone and teetotal. How can I liven this group up a bit, or even better, stop hanging around with them completely? Great email, I thought.
You know, your vibe attracts your tribe, doesn't it? And when you buy now...
Great saying that.
You love those sayings.
It's a great saying. Have you got that one from? Never heard you say that.
It just came to me.
That like on Instagram or something.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it
was
is. But
Great saying though.
I like that.
But that's the thing, you know, with your family and with your neighbours, you can't choose
Can't
them.
choose them.
So I think the best thing to do with neighbours is not engage.
I agree with that. I do agree, but she has engaged. That's the problem.
My friend Liberty does it all the time.
Too
They're
friendly.
neighbours. Neighbours? They're neighbours.
They're neighbours. They're neighbours.
And then they all turn out to be absolute weapons, and then, you know, it's a nightmare for her.
Wow. We've never had that problem, obviously. You know, our neighbours are fantastic. But yeah, I know what you mean.
No, I've got a really good neighbour. We've got a group WhatsApp for our road, and it, you know, 99.9% of them are great.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's the thing is, she's gone all in here, and this is an issue because now you can't kind of take that back. You could do the Mickey Flanagan one and just peep. From the curtain. And when they knock on your house, you should peep.
Peep and creep.
Maintain the peep. I think it's a really difficult scenario. You know what you can also do if they are interested in current affairs. Obviously, you could do our
Just go, oh, it's a nightmare, all that.
Brexit.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Don't get
Is
me
it still
started.
going, Brexit?
No.
I was going to say, you can't say Brexit.
Yeah, you can just say things like...
You could just say, what about all this AI? All this AI.
AI at the minute. It's going to take over, you know. So worried about it. And then when they just let them talk about
Do
it.
you know what another great line is? They're just printing money nowadays. It's printing more than they've got. It's printing it.
I obviously say it quite topical at the moment. Just say general election, eh? Ever going to happen? Always find that's a good one. General election? Can't see it, can you?
I don't get it.
And then just let them talk.
And then just go back to the bar.
Yeah, just go back to the bar. Just let them crack on.
Our Ross is thinking, I'd quite like to live in that row, current affairs and world leaders.
I'm trying to think how you could disengage. It's your advice of not engaging is redundant because she's already has. She needs to disengage.
No, what you should say is like, do you know what, guys? I'm exhausted with this baby. I've only got a few months to go. I'm just going to chill.
Yeah.
She's got the baby way out there massively.
Just let her hubby go instead.
Yeah, let her fella go.
That's the thing, though, when you've got a child, you can use the child as an excuse and no one can ever say anything.
Can't question it at all. If you say you're ill, can't come into work today, go, like, come on. Like, I can tell you're not.
or they'll judge you when you come back into work. Like, what happened? They'll question you. You just say your baby's ill. Job done.
It's not nice.
It only works up to a certain age though, because then the kids start snitching on you, don't they? Like,
like
oh,
last thing.
no, I'm not, Dad. You're like,
Like Jack today.
Trying to get Jack in his camp. And he's a big 4-year-old and he's 5 in 2 months.
yeah.
And you've got to be 5 to get in this thing. And his 2 brother and sister in there. And he said, Jack, so you're 5, right? Yeah. How old is he? He's 5. No, I'm not, Dad. I'm 4 in 2 months. Well, it's your own fault. You're not having any fun now, isn't it?
That'll teach you.
You've got to come to work with me.
Do tell them not to lie, though, the whole...
I know. He's, I was half proud of him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I enjoyed that today. Obviously, talking about reminiscing about our Greece trip, that was fantastic. I think we helped some people on the Agony Abs. Some great weekly wines. If you are enjoying the content, like, link, and subscribe. It does help us.
Hit that button now.
Obviously, as I mentioned before, it does keep Ross in employment, and we want to do that. He's a nice guy, and he needs this. So please subscribe.